Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Boraki here with a bit of an offshoot, really. Um, let me turn that down. One moment. So, I've been watching or catching up on, binge watching the Apple TV show For All Mankind, where it's like an alternate history where the Soviet Union was the first in space, first on the moon. So the U.S. tried to one up them by building a permanent base on there. It kind of takes a look at the alternate history about that. But anyways, ever since watching that, I've been hankering for a space exploration game. I haven't found any currently, but I found a semi-chill, semi-relaxing space game that you can do in your off time. It's not very what's the word I'm looking for? Not very involved, I'm guessing. You're not heavily invested in trying to do certain aspects and stuff. Anyways, so this is Mars Horizons. It's in collaboration with, I think it was the European Space Agency and NASA. Let's go to the store page. Where's the store page? So, the there it is. Mars Horizons. You take control of your own space agency, whether it be NASA, the European Space Agency, the Soviet slash Russian Federation Space Agency. You also have Japan and China. You guide your agency through the early days of the space race, trying to get the first man or woman into space, first person on the moon, first one to explore Venus, Mars, etc., etc. You can also create your own spaceport area, your launch facility. You can also run missions to solve various challenges. Create your own designs and stuff like that. So Mars Horizons was made with the input and support of the European Space Agency and the United Kingdom's Space Agency. They've also collaborated with numerous experts in space exploration from the ESA in creating the Mars Horizon. But yeah, it's pretty fun. So let's take a look. Let's go with the new game. So here you can choose between the European Space Agency, NASA, the Soviet Union slash the Russian Federation. It will the Soviet Union will turn to the Russian Federation after 1991. And then you've got China, and you've got Japan. This, and you can also create your own type of agency, like the Kerbal Space Agency. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah. You can also choose your own headquarters. You can name it whatever you want. Do different traits, randomized stuff. But for this episode, we're just going to use the United States. We can also enable the tutorial, which I won't do currently. So we're going to start off with the Pioneer. You can also start with the Explorer or Veteran. For this, we're going to do Explorer. So, welcome, Director. The space race has begun. Staying ahead of the pack will require unprecedented feats of engineering and no short of daring. Your role is to develop our space program, leading us into orbit and beyond. Keep our agency at the forefront of space science and inspire generations to come with our triumphs. Humans will one day set foot on another planet. Make sure we get there first. Good luck, Director. So, first thing you have to do, before you can launch anything, you need to build a small launch pad, which we have to research first. So we've got your first mission, test launch. Now we can plan it, build sounding rocket, but we must build the launch pad before we do that. Confirm, build the vehicle. So up in the left hand corner you've got your research progress. Right hand corner you got your funds, how much research you're getting per year, per month, and how much excuse me, how much support you are getting from your current government. And then you got your research tree, your current missions. You can go to your base. So we've got the vehicle hangar and your HQ. Diplomacy between the Soviet Union, the Space Agency, China and Japan. We're antagonistic with the Soviet Union. Due to this rivalry, your funding body will provide additional fund income increased greatly if Soviet Union are ahead of you in the race to Mars. Soviet Union will contribute far less towards joint missions. And yes, you can propose joint missions with other agencies. So, and there's your current date, current events going on. You will always get a funding review after every year. So let's go to the next month. Small launch pad is completed. Researched, I mean, place it anywhere you want. If you put certain buildings next to other buildings, say the launch pad close to the vehicle hangar, you get a bonus down in the right hand corner. It'll say plus or minus 2% vehicle build time. So you're gonna want to do that, or minus 1% payload viability. So we're gonna put you right there. Oh wait, yep, ran into a problem. I don't have enough funds to clear out this obstruction, so we're just gonna have to put it right here. Don't worry if you place it somewhere wrong that you don't want it to be. You can always move it later when you get some more funds. It requires like 50K or less to move a building, so just wait a month or two if you've placed it wrong. So now that we got our launch pad, let's go to next research. We can build a research lab, which will give us improve your scientific yields on missions. You can do a rocket test pad, which will allow further and more rigorous vehicle engine tests, resulting in more reliable launches. Or the spacecraft assembly building, which will aid to the development of complex mission payloads, essentially helping out with payload reliability, launch reliability, or science. You can also research different vehicle parts, like your Vanguard booster or the upper stage Viking. We're going to go with the Vanguard booster in a moment. You can also research different missions to do, certain milestones that you have to complete in order to get ahead of your competition. Like artificial satellite. Be the first agency to put a artificial satellite into space, kind of like what the Soviets did back in the 50s when they put Sputnik up there. But for now, kind of want to research Vanguard. And so here are your events right here. You got the vehicle, which you can rename whatever you feel like, and the launch pad is about to be completed next month. So March 1957, the launch pad is complete, and the Vanguard research is complete. We have unlocked the moon, and here is our vehicle. So we need to do launch preparations. It has a 30% chance of being successful. So it is uncrewed, so you don't need to choose any astronauts. We'll get to that later. So we can't do any training right now because we don't have, say, the rocket test pad or the research center unlocked. And if you get one of those buildings built, you can focus training on getting more science during the mission, better payload reliability, or better launch reliability. So can't do any of those. We can just set our launch date of April, confirm setup, and we've got the moon. Alright, so we can do artificial satellite next. And so now that we've unlocked the moon, can't do anything about it just yet because we need certain mission parameters, certain mission specs to do. Like, well, first we have to unlock the mission to do lunar orbit. And then we have to do the Pioneer. And it will recommend certain vehicle parts, like these ones down here, for you to do. So, and then the requests are certain, like, say you launch a telescope into space, and some government or private contractor wants to use your telescope for their own scientific purposes. You can get money from that, and if they're successful, you can get a good bonus to science. So, next month. Alright. Test launch of our rocket. 30% chance of successfulness. And so you'll have different launch night. So you can have different weather effects, certain... Yep. So it's adequate conditions. The weather conditions on the launch date can both reduce and improve launch reliability. If conditions are poor, it may be worth rescheduling later. So we can continue.
5, 4, 3.
You can also skip if you want.
We have liftoff.
And it looks like it was a bit of a success. Seeing how this is the easier difficulty. Sweet. So, we did our first test launch. We were the first ones to do that. And since we're NASA, we get a bonus mission award. So, and here will be some past events, like, say, we just did the complete the test launch, and in a year from now, the Soviets did a test launch, stuff like that. Alright, so artificial satellite is completed. And then you unlock the Explorer simple satellite capable of transmitting back scientific data. Alright, that was easy. Alright, then we can do different buildings. Let's go with that one. And so you saw down here, Japan is going to test launch their rocket in 8 months. The European Space Agency in 9, along with the Soviet Union. But it looks like China has some decent scientific capabilities, so they're going to launch in 4. Alright. So now we can do the artificial satellite if we so choose. So we're going to do that, plan the mission. Alright, so you got 4 different types of vehicles that we can choose from. We can do the standard, comms, which reduces payload availability but improves our communications. Prototype, reduced build cost but reduced payload availability, as you can see right there. Or we can increase the power, which will help out in the little puzzle that we can do. So, We can do increased build cost for this one. Alright, research lab is completed. We can put it right here if we choose, or here. And this will reduce the payload cost. So that's nice. Set our research. Alright, so our first satellite is ready to be put onto a vehicle. And we are really low on money, so we probably won't be able to do much. Then here we can choose different types of upper stages, but we haven't researched many of them, so we can only do the Viking. And the booster, we got the Vanguard or the Algol. Early solid fuel rocket capable of launching payloads into low Earth orbit. Let's do that one. And you can name it whatever you want. You can also save the design for later use. And yet we don't have enough money currently, so we're going to have to wait a couple of months. Let's do that one. Yeah, so next month. Alright, so now we have money. Hit build. It'll take 2 months to complete. Research lab is up and running. And our vehicle is ready. So, since we have the research facility unlocked, we can do scientific training, or science training, which will get us plus 5%. It'll just increase our science reward for completing the mission. Choose the date. Do that. Funding review. Budget review for January 1958. Okay, so our budget is also determined by how well you perform during the year. And since we've only completed one mission during the year, we only got 180 support, but it did bring us up to 95,000 per year. And the next tier is 126. So, yay. Lunar orbit launch we can do later. Let's try getting some more of those. There we go. Artificial satellite. Now we can skip. Hey, adequate conditions.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
So it was a success. Ooh, a very good success. +1 comms. Mission launch, leveling up your different stages, giving them better reliability. So, next. So here's where the puzzle type thing comes in. So you have to achieve Earth orbit by collecting 2 comms and 2 data resources. So here's your objectives. As you can see, since our really successful launch, we got +1 comms. And we don't have any data currently. And so if we get the reward, which is the objective, it'll automatically complete the mission and you get the bonus. So we can do that and that. Nope. Yeah, so we can't complete it on the first run. That's fine. So your payload reliability kind of hampers your. Yeah, we had a camera shutter failure. If you have enough power, you can push through some of those failures. Alright. Going to recharge. Success. Yay. We put an artificial satellite up in there. Yay. Yeah, that is essentially what goes on during the milestones. You can also skip. You can do an auto resolve for just request missions, like say this one. Test launch an atmospheric sampling mission. Launch a suborbital sounding rocket to measure the effects of solar radiation on Earth's upper atmosphere. We can do that. And if you don't want to be bothered by it, once it's up there, you can just do auto resolve, and it will, depending on the payload reliability and the launch reliability, factor both of those, it'll determine how well that mission goes. And since we're on the easier difficulty, it will most likely succeed. So, but that is that. Let me load up my game from earlier. So I've got an orbital space station. I've launched a crap ton of other missions. I've got 4 different buildings that I can build, but I choose not to because I don't have the room. Alright, so active missions right now. I've got a Pluto flyby, Uranus flyby, Mars requirement for landing humans on the surface of Mars. In order for humans to land on Mars, an advanced lander must first be sent to the planet. Get their base building. I've already completed the International Space Station. And I've got room for 1 more mission. So let's fast forward to the next phase of the ground hab, just to show you how difficult it can be. So these are different types of mission requirements that you have to do. If you're doing really harder ones or going farther than the moon, you got thrust and drift. So reduce the drift. And it doesn't matter right now for the thrust, but we need the drift to stay between -1 and 1. So go with that. Oh, not good. Completed. And these are your extra resources which you can spend to do different, to get other tasks completed. So what we're going to want to do is do a recharge, and then we can do that. Recharge. That's good. And we have 4 more turns to get that to 4 and that back up to 1 or 0. So let's see here. Recharge. Get that up and running. -1, +2. There we go. And reduce drift. And just accept that one. And then we're going to have to do a recharge. Oh, we can do that. And that. That one. And that one. And we didn't win. Yeah. If only we had one more comms, it would have almost worked. Yep. And we failed. And it drifted off. And that's what happens when you fail a mission. So now we have to go back and do it over again. But that'll do it for this one. If you wanted to see more of this, just hit that like button, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.